afternoon, everyone. My name is Kobe, and I'm here with Sports with Kobe on the Cougar Radio. Today, I got a lot of segments to talk about, and today we're going to start off with the loss of former NFL wide receiver Vincent Jackson. So, Vincent Jackson was found dead this week in his Florida hotel room by the Hillsborough County, Florida Sheriff's Office. He was approximately found at 11:30 a.m. The cause is unknown yet. Most people think it's because of an overdose of drugs. He was found in the hotel. Not many people know what happened. Many people think the cause of this is because of CTE, which is a huge problem in the NFL today. All these players getting hit really hard, getting a lot of concussions, a lot of brain injuries. It's causing a lot going on. And one NFL player actually playing right now who many people know and think have CTE is actually Antonio Brown, the wide receiver who just won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. CTE is really, really bad, honestly. It just does a lot of damage to people, honestly. You can see it in Antonio Brown. The dude was a great wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was just went crazy at some point, lost his mind, just wasn't in the right mind spot with any team. As you could see when he played for the Raiders, he just went out of control, wasn't being a team player, wasn't playing right, got drafted, then got dropped by the team, later picked up by the Patriots last year, and he was doing okay, but then got in some legal trouble and had to miss out on some fun in the league. But back to the story with former receiver Jackson. Earlier today, I found out that his family and condolence to his family and friends and loved ones. It's always sad to lose someone like that. But to help out, they actually sent his brain to go get checked out for his CTE, which I think is actually pretty cool. Pretty cool to do. Pretty brave of his family, just knowing that one of your loved ones just passed away, and you're gonna send out something to for science, just to figure out what's going on, what's happening, and why it's happening. So the story starts out like this. On January 11th, Jackson checked into a South Tampa hotel. And he has been staying there till that date of Monday, which the date of Monday was February the 15th. So he was staying there for a month and 4 days, pretty long time. His family sent out a missing report on the guy, and later it was canceled because it was confirmed that he was still there. He was safe, he was all right until Monday morning. But Jackson was a receiver who played on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and also the San Diego Chargers. So he's a pretty good receiver, impacted the league very well, well-known around the league, well-liked. The guys really liked him. His teammates liked him. Nothing to hate about the guy. The guy was a really great guy, honestly. He was a 2005 second-round pick and spent 7 seasons in San Diego. He made the Pro Bowl twice, had 272 catches for 4,757 yards and 37 touchdowns with the team. But despite all that, he had an injury that kept him out of the first 10 games in the 2010 season, and that can really take a toll on somebody missing a lot of games like that. It just kind of sucks. And as a football player, I know missing games is not fun at all. You really want to be out there with your team, try to help out. But you got to stay healthy. You got to keep your body right because it's all in the long run here. You want to think about the long run in your life after sports, really. And that's what it's all about. But he later got dropped by the team, and he signed a 5-year deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2012, where he made the Pro Bowl his first season with the new club. He had 268 catches with them, 4,326 yards, and 20 touchdowns in 63 games before finishing the 2016 season on the injury reserve. He announced his retirement in 2018. So he had a pretty much a long, healthy season. So I'd say it went pretty well. Just a few injuries, nothing too major that would end his career. But you know, just kind of feel bad for his family and the guy. He had a great career. His life ended too short. He was 38 years old, so very young for a guy. So just want to say condolences to him and his family, and rest in peace to Vincent Jackson. So my next story here is I was looking around and I saw that Joe Buck and Troy Aikman actually drink in their booth during games. I don't know how some people would feel about that. I think that's kind of weird, but you know, when you're a Hall of Famer like Troy Aikman and a great announcer like Joe Buck, I guess you can do anything you want, really. You're making millions. People love you, and you're announcing of the game. So Troy Aikman actually said they enjoy occasional tequila cocktails while calling games. So nothing too major that'll get them like really messed up during games. Nothing that'll like mess up their reputation or anything like that. But I just thought that was kind of weird, you know. You're a $1 million announcers just having some cocktails during a game. So actually sounds like the life, really. Anybody would love to do that. I would say it's kind of weird. I wouldn't do it. You know, you just want to be in the right mindset, be there the whole entire time while you're watching the game, because you got to announce it. You're watching it play for play, go for go, call for call, and you don't want to mess anything up. And these guys aren't known for messing anything up, but I'd say they're known for pretty much jinxing anybody. Joe Buck especially. Ravens kicker Justin Tucker, that's my guy right there, my team, the Ravens. I would say Joe Buck is the jinx king when it comes to that guy. In a week, I think it was a Week 15 game against Dallas, Joe Buck is just in the booth with Troy Aikman on a late night game. I think it was a Tuesday because of all the COVID situation that was going on. And Joe Buck just said Justin Tucker has not missed a kick from within 40 yards, and in a matter of seconds, it just went for the worst, and Justin Tucker just whiffed it, missed that kick badly. That was pretty bad, I gotta say. Pretty upsetting to see your guy just miss a kick like that. But now we're gonna go to some ads, and I'll be right back. And now we are back again with the second segment here. I'm going to talk about Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka, the really, really absolutely great 23-year-old star. She's just shocking the tennis world right now. Shocking the tennis world since last year. Winning all these, winning the French Open and Australian Open. She's just good. So the other day, Serena went up against Osaka and actually lost to the young 23-year-old star who is an idol of Serena Williams. So just think about that. You're going up against your idol in one of the biggest tennis matches in the world itself against one of the greatest women tennis stars, Serena Williams. She's just an all-around star. Just think about that real quick. That's like you, a basketball player who idolizes LeBron, and for the first time, that's like Trae Young and Kobe. I'm gonna put that there. That's like Trae Young and Kobe. Just think about that. Trae Young idolized Kobe, got to go against his idol. Devin Booker too. All these guys who idolize Kobe, got to play against them. It's just amazing when you get to do such a thing like that. It's like playing against LeBron as well. You know, these guys are young. LeBron came straight out of high school, so all these young cats get to go up against LeBron at such a young age, while LeBron's doesn't seem to age as well. Him and Brady don't seem to age, and you just get to go against your idol. Most people cannot say that, honestly, but the guys who can, it's just amazing to go against your idol. And now Osaka can say she went against her idol and beat her. Like, most people can't say they beat their idol. Um, that's just an amazing experience. Um, Williams actually broke down in tears after the match because of just how it went. She lost a tough match to a great star in Osaka, and Osaka had to say a few words. She said, "Just to be out on the court playing against her for me is a dream," and most people can't say they live a dream like that. That's just an amazing experience to go against Serena Williams in the Australian Opening. Williams was shaking off her nerves early. She won in straight sets, 6-3, 6-4, but would later on lose. Osaka would broke into the second set, tied it up 4-4, and would come out with responded by winning 8 consecutive points. Came out on top for the comeback, and ended Serena in the semifinals of the Australian Opening. And just thinking about that, having a comeback win against a star like Serena, that's just not something easy. It's not easy at all. She's been in the tennis world for years, and Osaka just stuck it in there, came through, and got the win, and that's pretty amazing, just a young star like that. And for most people, and for people out there, this shows that you can do anything. You just gotta work hard. You can do anything. Meet your idols, play against your idols, and even beat your idols. You just gotta set your mind to it. Get things done right, and just gotta believe. You just gotta believe in yourself and just work hard. This didn't come easy. I guarantee Osaka has been training for years, just like Serena. Serena's dad made her and Venus practice when they were young, like just pick up the tennis racket and go out there. They've been training, practicing for years. So for Osaka to come out and defeat her like that, it's just amazing because Osaka has to do way much more training, or just about or above and beyond the training that Serena had to go through at a young age. It's just a miracle in itself that someone can do that, and it just shows anybody can do anything. Going off topic a little bit here, it's just like Tom Brady at an old age. Anybody can do anything, really. Dude's 43, out here winning Super Bowls, beating Patrick Mahomes, and these guys look up to Brady, of course, just like Osaka looks up to Serena. You got to look up to your elders, and you learn a few things, but you can definitely defeat them, as you can see Osaka did. It's pretty amazing, honestly, I would say. This was Serena Williams' 24th Grand Slam run. So she's been in it a lot, as you can see. Williams' quest to tie Margaret Court's career Grand Slam kind of stopped because of Osaka now. So I don't know if Serena may retire or not. If she's gonna keep playing tennis, I don't know what she's gonna do yet. But if she continues to play tennis, I think she has a chance to catch up to Margaret Court and maybe even beat her record, because she's just that much of a amazing tennis star. And I even think Osaka has a chance to even shock the world too and catch up to both of them by that time. She definitely has at least 10 plus years, maybe 15, to just go out there and try to just defeat anybody that comes in her way. It's going to be amazing to see. And I don't really watch tennis, but this was just an amazing story to hear about beating your idol, moving on at the young age. She's been a star since last year. Everybody heard about her last year, how good she was, what she can do, and it's just amazing that she's continued to do this today. She's a young African American girl too as well, so that's pretty great. She's setting goals out there for young black girls, even young girls of any color, even young white girls, that you can do anything if you set your mind to it. All you got to do is just takes time, practice, hard work, and dedication. And as you can see, you can meet, beat, and defeat your idols. So that's it for my second segment. We'll hit you with a couple ads here, and we'll be right back to talk about Fernando Tatis Jr. And we are back with the third segment of the day, talking about Fernando Tatis Jr. 2 years ago, this man got traded from the Chicago White Sox. They traded Fernando Tatis for James Shield, and I think Chicago is going to regret that one. The star shortstop for San Diego Padres has agreed to a $340 million extension. Just think about that. Just add up 14 years from your age right now. I'm going to be 32 when this man makes all this money. That is just extremely crazy that this man is going to make this money. And just to think, this guy was only a rookie last year. A rookie superstar. He had a breakout year. Let me read you his stats here. The 2020 season began. He was leading MVP candidate September in the shortened season. Hitting wise, he was 3 of 13, 395 and 660 with the league leading 13 home runs. This man is 22 years old and making up stats like that. I think that's just crazy in his 2020 season. 1 year ago in his rookie season, he had just finished off a stellar rookie season. He hit 317, 379, and 590 with 22 home runs. But his season was shortened his rookie year due to a back injury. He only played 84 games, and he would have definitely been a top candidate for Rookie of the Year. So just think about that. He's hitting over 300 in 2 seasons as a young star. He's on a stellar team with the Padres. You got Machado, Homer, got a bunch of good guys. I definitely think they can make a run for it this year. With the stars they have, they had a disappointing season this year as they got swept by the Dodgers in the division series. And for all you that know and watch baseball, the Dodgers just went on to win the World Series with the stellar team they have as Mookie Betts. They got Cody Bellinger, Justin Turner, and finally Clayton Kershaw finally gets the ring he deserved. It took him a while to get there, but he finally got it done. Tatis also is on the cover of the new MLB The Show 21 video game. It comes out every year. That's just amazing. You know, you're in the league for 2 years. You already have a 14-year, $340 million extension. You're hitting above 300 average. You would have been a top candidate for Rookie of the Year. You're a top candidate for MVP of the Year. I'm just wondering what more does this guy have to offer. You know, you're a top shortstop in the league, and fun guy to watch. If you do watch baseball and you watch Fernando Tatis, you see a lot what he does, the disrespect he kind of puts on pitchers. You know, swinging at a 3-0 pitch, 3-1 pitch, 3-0 pitch. You know you're supposed to take that. He swings, hits for the fences, and actually sends it out of the park. You know, there's going to be a little controversy there. Some people might get mad, think that's, you're just breaking the unwritten rules of baseball, and that's kind of what he does at times. But a guy like Fernando Tatis, I don't think you should care about the unwritten rules of baseball. Go ahead and break it. Do what you do. Continue to be a baller, because as you can see, it's working really well for you with the money you're making and the contract. And now you're being on one of the hottest video games that's out there, really. It's coming out on PlayStation, and now it's coming out on Xbox. So, many kids are going to see this guy's face a lot more now as the years go on. And it's just crazy, And with baseball, the contracts are just wild. As the Mets are still playing. I think the guy, I think it's Billy something. They're still paying that guy. They've been paying him since like the 1990s. So baseball's not like other sports where you have a salary cap. There's no salary cap in baseball. So these dudes can make millions off of millions off of millions, and have nothing to worry about at all. It's just crazy how it's just like that. Your superstar got 14 years, $340 million extension. That's more than a lot of people make. It's almost as crazy as NFL quarterback star Patrick Mahomes, who's making I think he's making like $500 million a year. It's just oh my gosh, like these guys just get paid crazy amounts of money to do what they do, and they honestly deserve it. They're just young stars out there, just showing kids showing kids the ways, and showing kids just entertaining kids, people, the whole world, honestly, with things that they do. And it's just amazing how they do it. According to the MLB too, the deal's a full no trade clause with a signing bonus of $10 million and no deferred money. So pretty much, this guy Fernandez might be stuck in San Diego, but I think it's gonna be pretty sweet that I think he wouldn't mind that, playing with the guys he got now. He's got a lot of all-stars there to help him out. Once they get their team right, get their pitching together, they might make a real run for the World Series this year. I'm thinking the MLB season's actually coming up soon. Starting in spring season, I think spring season starts in about a couple weeks in March. Actually, I think it might start next week in February. And I know the regular season will start in April. I think April 4th. So that's gonna be pretty good for him and his team. It's gonna be fun to watch, see what he does, see if he lives up to the contract. Because guys getting paid this much money, you gotta live up to the contract. And so far, I think he deserves it. He's a great player, great teammate. So hopefully he lives up to this contract and still puts on a show for us. And maybe in his 14 years in San Diego, hopefully he gets a ring that he truly deserves. I think a lot of guys deserve rings. They've been balling out for years, and hopefully he just does that. Okay, and we're back with another segment. Who is the true GOAT of the NFL? This story is gonna. I feel like this one's gonna cause some controversy because most people, I would say, 70% of the world says Brady, but I got a few guys over here that might say Peyton Manning. So here we go. PFR Hall of Fame monitor metric says that 7 rings is apparently not enough to pass Manning in your Pro Football Reference. One of the main narratives following Super Bowl 55 was Tom Brady's undisputed claim as the NFL's GOAT, which most of us can say we believe so. Tom Brady has been in the league for 20 years now. I think Peyton Manning was in the league for 15. And just think about it. Tom Brady played for the New England Patriots since 2000. 2004, he wins a Super Bowl. He takes over for Bledsoe and wins the Super Bowl. He does it again the next year, wins another Super Bowl, beats the Eagles, beats Carolina. Years later, loses to Eli Manning and the Giants. He would go on, win another Super Bowl, but lose to Eli again. Later on in his career, comes back around for another Super Bowl. And we're talking about, here's ring 5. You're down 28-3 in the Super Bowl with 3 minutes left. Most people would say the game's over, unless you're Tom Brady. You don't quit. You go down, you score a touchdown. Go for 2, you don't get it. Get the ball back, score another touchdown. I think the score is 13. No, it scores 12-28 now. Still in the third. You're in the fourth quarter. Your defense gets a huge stop, which I will never understand why Atlanta would not run the ball. They pass it, get stripped. You score another touchdown. It's 20-28 now, with 4 minutes left. Atlanta drives down the field. Gets 2 costly plays, 2 costly sacks. Tom Brady, the GOAT, drives down the field, scores a touchdown with 59 seconds left. It's 26-20 at this point. Next you know, they go for 2, convert it. It's a tie ball game. Now, knowing Tom Brady, you know if he gets one overtime, you might as well just call it the fat lady singing already, because that game is over. They get the ball, drive down the field their first drive, score a touchdown, win the game. That right there, that game should have defined Tom Brady as the GOAT to many people, to everyone. You were down 28-3 in the third quarter. No other quarterback has ever done this. You're down 25 points in the second half. You have what, 18 minutes left to do something. And the team you're playing against isn't no scrub team. You have Julio Jones, a good Matt Ryan. Yet you come out there down, scored 25 unanswered, and win a Super Bowl. Not even 25 unanswered. You scored 31 unanswered and won a Super Bowl. Now, you can say Peyton Manning is up there. And according to Pro Football Reference, you're using the value of Pro Bowls, All Pros, championships, and other statistical milestones. And this site has created a point system to determine the pecking order at each position. And at quarterback, your top spot is not Tom Brady. Tom Brady's 2. Your top spot is held by Peyton Manning with 258 points. Now, don't get me wrong, Peyton Manning is an amazing quarterback. Man has 2 Super Bowls. He won with Indianapolis in 2008 and beat Cam Newton in the well-rounded Carolina Panthers in 2015. Now, 2015, that Super Bowl right there with Peyton Manning, I wouldn't think Peyton Manning was the real cause of that Super Bowl win. His defense clearly got the job done. As you can see, Von Miller won MVP that year. Now, it's 2008 Super Bowl, yes. Peyton Manning was a big factor in that one. But Peyton Manning has 2 Super Bowls, and he's beaten Brady twice in the playoffs over the years. Now, Tom Brady has had his losses to Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady has had some losses to other quarterbacks such as Joe Flacco, Nick Foles, and Eli Manning twice. But this man has won 7 Super Bowls. 7. And with guys, and going back to his New England days, he did this with guys that no one ever heard of. He did it with Chris Hogan. Chris Hogan is a man who came out of Penn State who played lacrosse. Dude didn't even play football. Man was on a field with the lacrosse stick, scoring goals, not thinking about football. Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman was a quarterback out of Kent State. He made Julian Edelman a star wide receiver in this league. Rob Gronkowski. Now, everyone knows Gronk is an amazing tight end. But coming out of retirement this year and seeing what Gronk did because of Brady, because he had Brady as his quarterback, they have that connection. To come back out of retirement, score 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl too. And when it's just Brady. It's amazing me that people don't think it's Brady. And Brady's not too far behind Manning over here he has 250.94 points. And then the next guy, not that close. You got Brett Favre at 178.84. I honestly think Pro Football Reference is crazy for thinking for these points and these milestones. I mean, yes, Super Bowl is a team effort, but you have to have key factors on a team to win a Super Bowl. Tom Brady was at New England, came to the Buccaneers, had better guys. Had guys came out of retirement, free agency, other places, and still won a Super Bowl. Now, I don't know how you feel about Manning, but forever and always, Brady will be the GOAT to me. And Brady will always and forever be the GOAT. Okay, that's all I have for this segment. And now we're going to talk about another quarterback here, Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow has officially retired from baseball. He's been in the Mets farm system, which is the minor league system. He's never made it to the big leagues, the MLB itself, but I think it's still a pretty good accomplishment. Tim Tebow, I like Tim Tebow a lot. He's a great guy. He announced Wednesday that he was going to retire from professional baseball. At 33, he signed with the Mets in September 2016. Despite never playing organized baseball since high school. So, he was a two-sport athlete in high school, but he hasn't played baseball since then. So, I mean, he didn't do terrible though. So he didn't do bad for a guy who was a Heisman Trophy winner, star Florida quarterback, star athlete, national championship winner. You come out here, haven't played baseball since high school, and you hit 223, 299, 338 with 18 home runs, 48 doubles, and 5 stolen bases in 287 games. And 5 stolen bases that kind of impressed me. Tim Tebow has not been that fast since. Actually, he's been pretty fast. He was fast in the NFL. No Michael Vick or Lamar Jackson speed, but he was faster than most of these quarterbacks out here that you have today. But he talked about how it was a pleasure being in professional baseball with the Mets for 4 years. The farthest he reached was AAA, which is the highest, which is the level just below the MLB. So I think that's a pretty good accomplishment in itself. So that's pretty good. He didn't play. The last time he played was in 2019, the Arizona Fall League. So that's pretty good. He didn't play in 2020 in the minor league season because it was canceled due to the COVID pandemic. And this spring he was invited to the minor league camp, but he politely declined. But Tim Tebow still has a bright future ahead of him. He's still announcing games, doing well with that. So I think that's pretty great. Tim Tebow, he's working for college football analysis for the SEC, and he occasionally shows up sometimes for ESPN. So this story, I think it's pretty amazing how a man like Tim Tebow, he's a man of God, love that. Um, he just stopped playing football and picked up a bat and a ball, grabbed the glove, and said, well, "Let me go play baseball." And most guys aren't that talented. Baseball's not an easy sport. I can tell you that from firsthand experience. Baseball is not an easy sport, and to go out there and hit a 200 average, have 18 home runs and 48 doubles, like that's actually amazing. And then you make it. You haven't played since high school, and you make it to the AAA. Now, most guys have been playing for years. Been playing since college. They're straight out of college. They're college all stars, and they don't even do that. So that's just amazing how a man can just go out there and just do it like Tim Tebow has done it. It's just amazing. Um, it's just I think that's great for him. He still has a future ahead of him, and analyzing football, because I think he was pretty. He wasn't a amazing quarterback like most people thought he would be coming out of college in Florida. Most people thinking like, man, Tim Tebow's going to be an all-star. He's going to be a stellar quarterback pro. But like most guys, when you get to the NFL, once you come out of college, it's not that easy. It's pretty hard actually. The NFL is just different. It's way more intense, quicker. Gotta think faster. You got guys who've been in the league for years, knowing what they're doing. You're going against veterans, and that's what I think the difference between college and the NFL is. College, I honestly think college guys want it more because they know what they want to get to. They know they wanna make it to the NFL, the next level. There's a next level now. Like guys, like Tim Tebow was stellar. He knew what he wanted, got to the next level. Now, when you get to the NFL, you realize some of these guys just aren't in it as you think they would be because they're there. They're making the money they want. They're making the money they need to get. And then it's like, what's next? There's no next level. There's just this thing we call the Super Bowl, and most guys will never experience because they don't have. I just don't think some guys have the heart and desire to get there. Once they get there, they just slack off. But I think Tim Tebow definitely had the heart and desire to try and win a Super Bowl. He took the Denver Broncos. He turned that organization around actually before Peyton Manning got there. Took him to the playoffs in 2011. Played against Big Ben and the Steelers that year, and just had a great performance. And then overtime comes around, they won the coin toss, and I think everybody who watches football will remember this play. First snap, Tebow drops back, throws to Demaryius Thomas on a slant. Demaryius Thomas takes off, scores a touchdown, and they win the game. They were going into New England and face who, the GOAT himself, Tom Brady, and they will lose. But since then, Tebow did have some struggles. He was dropped by Denver, picked up by New England, picked up by the Jets. He had 16 starts in 3 seasons. See, as a quarterback, 16 starts in 3 seasons, not a lot. Most people know, an NFL season is 16 games itself, and having 16 starts in 3 seasons isn't that well. So that's what made him go to baseball, and I think honestly, it's amazing what he did in the matter of 5 years for the Mets organization. I think they're pretty happy what he did, and I gotta say, respect and credits to Tim Tebow for doing that. That is an amazing job, and honestly, he's an amazing guy, and it's just a great story to hear. So we're gonna come back in 2 minutes, and gonna talk about our last segment here. All right, and we're back with the last segment of the day here. We're gonna talk about the increase in cap salary of the NFL. Um, for most people don't know, so not different from the MLB. What I talked about earlier with Fernando Tati's story. The NFL has a salary cap. So, what is a salary cap? A salary cap is money, how much money you can spend within the team on players, and it's kind of hard to explain here, but I'm gonna put it this way. To get, I'm gonna put it this way. So, with Patrick Mahomes, the money he makes, there's a lot of like salary cap within that. So the money Patrick Mahomes makes now, later on, if they want to get like an all-star receiver like DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, something like that, like NFL free agents that are out, it would be a very hard struggle to do so because they can't exceed the limit of money that there is within the team. Some teams have a lot of salary cap where they can get multiple stars in the NFL free agency. But sometimes some teams are under the cap or over the cap where they can't get anybody. They actually have to cut more people, get rid of guys to make more space and more room for the money they have. And in the MLB it's different because there is no salary cap. There's no salary cap. They can pay these guys a million. That's why all these teams have all these superstars, these amazing athletes in the MLB. Like the Yankees, for example, how they have Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, just got a bunch more guys, and just how the Mets got Lindor, Trevor Bauer. They got multiple All-Stars to help out with the team. It's because there's no cap. So they can spend as much money as they want on these guys. And these guys can make as much money as they ask for. As for the NFL, it's different. And salary cap in 2021 will be no lower than 180 million. And most people are thinking that's not a lot. It is a lot, honestly. The more money, the better. The more chance to get a better athlete, star player to help your team out, etc. So, on Thursday morning, the league told teams in a memo that 180 million isn't the final cap, but it's going to be the adjustment. So, it's definitely going to be 180 million. I don't know if it's going to be more, but or less, but it's going to be in between 175 and 185 million. And for most teams, that's going to be great because right now there's a lot of star players that are on the market, able to get in free agency, such as star receiver AJ Green. Julio Jones is on the free agency. One guy just won a Super Bowl. I think he's on the free agency as well. I think it's Chris Godwin. I think Chris Godwin's in free agency. And these teams have an option. They can even get the guy back, give him the money, give him more money, give him less money to make space, or a thing called franchise tag a guy where they have to stay with you and you pay him a certain amount of money to keep him there. But this isn't going to be set till the summer, so teams have time to adjust. The NFL Players Association it has agreed to it as well. So it's a mutual agreement between the NFL and the NFL Players Association. They set to agree. They set to agree with this over the summer. They actually set to agree with this over last summer, but pandemic came around and kind of fiddled with things around. But with the floor now set to 180 million, the cap will be 20 million higher than it would have been otherwise. So there you go. There's a lot more money there. $20 million higher than what it originally was. It's going to be great for everybody. Great for the players, great for the teams, great for the coaches, and I just think it's great in general. And this past season, it was kind of a struggle. Not a lot of guys making money, not a lot of money coming in actually with due to due to the pandemic, and what COVID has done. I mean, total attendance this past season was 1.2 million down from the 17 million in 2019 due to 13 teams not allowing fans in the regular season. So just think about that. That's a lot of people not watching the NFL, and that's a lot of money down the drain. Usually the stadiums are crowded and full with people. It's like 70,000 people in a stadium. Just think about that, 70,000 people. And this year we had zero in stadiums. You just had the players. You could hear everything up and close. Actually, during the playoff game, Nickelodeon actually caught Cordell Patterson dropping a little F-bomb on air. Hopefully the kids didn't hear that. Maybe they could have bleeped it out with dolphin noises from SpongeBob. I don't know. But it's just crazy how the season turned out to be. I mean, with a season like this due to COVID, it actually turned out pretty great. They had 270 something games, and not one single cancellation. I mean, not saying it was a perfect season. You had games that had to get postponed, changed, switched around. You had teams play on weekdays that you've never seen before. Like Pittsburgh played Baltimore in Pittsburgh on a Wednesday night. Like you've never seen an NFL game on a Wednesday night. Then the next week they would have to come back to Baltimore, and Baltimore would have to play Dallas on a Tuesday instead of a Monday night. So the COVID impacted the league a lot, but as you can see, it actually went pretty well for the guys, went pretty well for the league, and I'd say it went pretty well for the fans. And playoff games, there was a lot of people, not too many people there, but a good amount to come out and enjoy the game. And I give kudos and respect and credits to the NFL for the way they handled that. So that was pretty great. All right, it's coming to the end here. I would like to thank you guys for listening to Sports with Kobe on the Cougar Radio. You can tune in every Friday at 3 p.m. I'll be here ready to go talking about sports. And that's all I have for you today.